After Beirut was devastated by the August 4th explosion at the port, tens of thousands of protesters gathered in the city to express their rage and frustration over the government's incompetence and corruption. Lebanese security forces used excessive and at times lethal force against mostly peaceful protesters. On August 8th, Human Rights Watch witnessed beatings and assaults and were themselves mistreated by security forces. Human Rights Watch also documented the use of live ammunition against protesters. In this incident, security forces fired multiple live rounds at protesters as they rescued an injured man. Potentially lethal force like this should not be used unless required to protect life. We know these were live rounds because Human Rights Watch went to the site. We found the bursts seen here in the video match the new bullet damage on the wall. And here, a soldier from the Lebanese army fires 6 shots from his assault rifle in the direction of the Al Amin Mosque, where hundreds of protesters had gathered. For the first time, Human Rights Watch documented the use of shotgun-fired metal pellets by Lebanese security forces. These birdshot cartridges, fired from shotguns, can contain hundreds of pellets in a single round. Metal pellets were the main cause of serious injuries to protesters' eyes and vital organs. Birdshot spreads out after being fired. Many of the victims we saw were shot at close range, with dozens of pellets embedded in their bodies. The pellets can lead to chronic pain, fatigue, nerve damage, and other serious health effects. Security forces also fired rubber balls at protesters, aiming at their faces, heads, and necks. Security forces launched large volumes of tear gas in downtown Beirut. One grenade, the G1CS, is designed to be fired 200 meters and is capable of dispersing tear gas over 800 to 1,000 square meters. But around Martyr Square, security forces fired it directly at ambulances and health workers caring for injured protesters. International norms state that tear gas should be fired from a high angle and only be used to disperse unlawful or violent assemblies. Human Rights Watch observed security forces firing tear gas cartridges directly at protesters' heads and torsos. All Lebanese security forces have denied shooting at protesters with live ammunition, but the evidence proves otherwise. Security forces should immediately suspend the use of shotgun-fired metal pellets and other similar ammunition. The public prosecutor should open an independent investigation into the unlawful use of force. International donors to Lebanon security forces should investigate whether their support is going to abusive units, and if so, halt it immediately.